Good morning from TX Land and Ranch. We are getting a little bit late start to the morning, mostly because it looks like this out. So we got a long way to go, and we can barely see how to get there. So we're gonna get on the road. We've got a couple stops to make before we get to the job site, but then we'll get there and get some equipment fired up and get the day started. Well, we are finally here. I was out here yesterday. Today's Monday, the 6th of February. I was out here yesterday. I'm gonna put it in four-wheel drive. I was out here yesterday because I haven't been out here in about a week, so I wanted to check on the ground and check on my equipment. And this place, even this Caliche Road, is just all slop. Now we gotta go up here. The last time we were out here, we had a myriad of different problems. The dozer was stuck, the skid steer was stuck, this truck got stuck trying to leave. Got stuck on the edge of this driveway, in fact, and the only thing we could leave in was the semi, which is just over a half a mile away, 2 properties away. So what we're doing out here is cutting a electrical easement right-of-way for this particular property. And when I had my helper mulching on the other side, and I came over here with the dozer to start on this side, because at the time everything appeared to be dry on the surface. And then I'll show you all when we get back here. On the back side, well, just inside of here, I was root raking with the dozer, and well, after you took off the first couple inches of soil and roots, everything just got really nasty. And so I'm going to really try to not get stuck over here today. I'm not going any farther than this. I'm going to stop the truck right here and hope that it doesn't sink. Right over there is where I got stuck the other day trying to leave this place. Yep, everything on this side is still a freaking soup sandwich. This thing was buried, both tracks in the ground. I mean, it was that deep. Literally could open the door and just step out flat on the ground, which is absolutely insane. So what we're gonna do right now is we're just gonna fire up the cat. I still got stuff in the bucket from pulling everything out. Oh man, what a mess. I'm gonna start up give the window a good cleaning. I mean, you can see this line right here. The cat was basically nose forward. Everything up to this spot was stuck in the mud. Absolutely insane. Never have I ever had anything stuck that bad in my entire life. So we're gonna get in here and we're just gonna fire this bad boy up, let it go ahead and warm up. Man, it has been a week. Alright, get this thing started up here. Oh man. show y'all the inside of this place where we got everything stuck at. All right, so we're back inside of this side of the property, and the goal originally was to come in here, just put the root rake down, no blade, and just start pulling up roots from where it had already been mulched previously, because they want to build in this little acre or so area. And I did all that side over there, all this to the left, and everything was nice, hunky-dory and fine. Ground was nice and dry. Since then, you see puddles. We have had a lot of rain since then. We had some rain prior to me coming over here, but like I said, everything seemed to be dry on the surface, so it didn't seem like it was gonna be much of an issue. This side was fine. Started shifting over, came over to this side and made a couple passes, not a problem. Came over here, pulled up a stump next to this pine tree with the dozer, and then all of a sudden it just sank. And in that hole right there was the dozer within a matter of 15-20 seconds, both tracks were completely buried. And like I said, I could just open the door, literally walk out on that side. This stuff right here is, I have no other way to compare it except for just to say that it's quicksand. Basically, it's quicksand. Inside that hole now is an entire tree with like 12-inch around logs that we shoved under the dozer, tree stumps, root balls, anything we could find to put under the tracks of that dozer so that we could finally pull it out. When it got stuck, it dug in the back end, and I was unable to reach the tow bar on the back, the drawbar on the back, so that I could pull that out with the skid steer. So I was going to bring the skid steer in to dig out behind it, because we didn't have a shovel with us, and I took one bucket with the skid steer and it sank, and it was in this hole right here, completely nose down. I'm not even going to try to step down in there, but that is deep. That hole right there is deep. And I have a picture. I'll see if I can upload that to the video. But we spent a day and a half, literally a day and a half, digging with shovels and with pulling with the winch and stuff like that, snatch blocks and all that good stuff to get the cat out. And then we were able to get the cat loose, and then shoved a bunch of stuff under the tracks of the dozer, and we were able to get the dozer pulled out with the cat skid steer. Where we're gonna go be working at today is about a half a mile or so on the other side of where we are now. We've got to go on the road back around, and then we'll end up walking back across the pond dam to come back and get the skid steer. We're going to end up cutting 2 fences along the way as well that we've got to mulch through there to create this power line right away. So I'll be back with you in a bit. Alright, back on the other side now. It's much drier over here. Of course, we are 3 properties over. Or sorry, two properties over. And what we're looking for in here is just going to be those. We got a couple of fences to cut through and get on our way. Okay, so here's the start of this right-of-way. This section is going to be about 1,500 feet long or so. 30 feet wide. So we're getting there. It's just that we ran into some problems getting the equipment stuck and then spent a day and a half digging it out, and that really cut down on our production time over here. So this is just real rough right now. Hasn't really been back dragged or anything. Once I get everything kind of cut in, then I'll back drag it, which normally I'll back drag as I go, but we were trying to make a lot of ground in a hurry before the rains came, and they came anyway, and we still ran into problems even though the ground on the other side appeared to be dry. So we've got to come in and we've got to take out all these pines anyway, 30 feet wide. So I'm just going to keep moseying on back here. So this is the fence that's got to come down. We're going to go ahead and cut it. I got permission. There's another fence over there that's got to come down too. Plenty. There we go. Let's cut this one here. Dang, how many strands are over here on this side? Okay, so we're at the back side of the pond, and this right-of-way's got to come through here. We've got a lot of dirt work and stuff to do to eventually get stuff across here, namely because the actual overflow for the pond isn't working, and it's developed its own place, which is here off the end of the dam. So this whole place backs up with water and then flows off into the creek down there. That right-of-way has got to come straight through here, and it's going to span this pond berm. Unfortunately, I've told the landowner we're going to end up pulling the equipment off probably after today. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, and we're not going to be able to really do anything on this side of what is actually their property for quite a while. So this spot right there is the actual overflow. All that's a gravel spillway, but as you can see, it doesn't exactly work like it's supposed to. Instead, it backs up and comes through this spot right here. Now, the landowner had asked me about fixing it, and I said we can, because there's a feeder over here that they want to be able to get to, and they can't get to it around that side because there's more water that way, and they can't drive through this way. So what has to happen is this area needs to get fixed. We are planning to put a culvert in here for the time being. Off to the races. just so he could get some experience. And that's part of the reason why this is so rough. Lost a couple of days due to being stuck and weather and all that stuff, and so he just kind of helps me out on the side from time to time, and most of the time he's doing his own thing and little odd jobs and tree removal and stuff like that. Another thing is he's still pretty new at running machinery, and several thousand hours in a skid steer and running equipment and these mulchers. So it's just experience that I am quite a bit faster and more efficient with the machinery than he is. And that's okay. Everybody's got to start somewhere and learn. There's not a problem with that. This whole group of trees right here has got to go. My goal for today, though, is at least get the... Oh no, we don't want to run over that. Done, the majority of this right of way cut in. I just like to show up, get the work done, and go home at the end of the day. Alright, where's the top of that one coming? Coming down. There she is. There we go. Sap's getting on the window, so it's pretty normal. Pine, cedar, stuff like that. I apologize if it gets cloudy and you won't be able to see much down there. Eventually it'll dry out and we'll be okay, but that's why I spray the windows every morning with John Deere glass cleaner. This is in no way a paid sponsorship or anything like that, but I used to work at a John Deere dealership years ago. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and cut this video off here. It seems like a pretty good stopping point. There's just several hours of mulching until I finally get stuck, which will have to come in part 2 of this video. There's just too much footage for me to cram into 20-25 minutes, and so we're going to have to make another one. Please make sure that you click like, subscribe, and the bell down there in the corner. That way you get notifications whenever I do post a new video. Thank you.